English Leap podcast from Speak English with Miss Nova.
Miss Nova, quick confession. Put me in front of a group and my brain just leaves the building.
Completely leaves? Like it packs a bag?
Packs a bag, doesn't say goodbye, just gone. Meanwhile, my mouth is still standing there, alone, trying to form words.
That image is way too accurate. And honestly, this exact feeling is something so many of our listeners deal with.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak English with Miss Nova.
I'm Miss Nova.
And I'm Zane. Today we're talking about something real, the fear of speaking in front of groups.
And how to actually work through it, not just be more confident advice that doesn't help anyone.
Real tools, real English, real talk.
If you've ever felt your heart racing before a meeting, a presentation, or even a classroom question, this episode is for you.
If it helps you, hit like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Zane, describe exactly what happens to your body when you have to speak in front of people.
Okay, honestly, my chest gets tight first. Then my hands start feeling weirdly cold.
The cold hands thing is so common.
And my voice comes out a little shaky, even if the sentence in my head sounded totally normal.
That's your body's stress response kicking in. Your brain genuinely thinks you're in danger.
Danger? I'm just answering a question in a meeting.
I know, but your nervous system doesn't know the difference between public speaking and being chased by something dangerous. It just sees everyone's looking at me and hits the alarm button.
So my body treats a team meeting like a survival situation?
Basically, yes. That's why your heart races and your palms get sweaty. It's not weakness, it's biology doing an overly dramatic job.
That's actually kind of comforting. It's not just me being broken.
Not broken at all. Just a very enthusiastic alarm system that hasn't gotten the memo that meetings aren't lions.
Meetings aren't lions. I need that on a shirt.
And here's the second layer. It's not only the body. There's a thought pattern too. Most nervous speakers share one exact fear.
What's that?
Everyone's judging me right now.
Oh, that one lives rent-free in my head.
But here's the truth. Most people in that room aren't judging you. They're thinking about their own presentation, their lunch, or whether they left the stove on.
Genuinely, that's probably true. I never remember what other people said in meetings unless it affects me directly.
Exactly. So the audience you're imagining, watching your every mistake super closely, mostly doesn't exist.
That's weirdly freeing.
It really is. Your brain builds this imaginary judge, and honestly, that judge is way harsher than any real audience would ever be.
Can I share something personal?
Please.
Early in my career, I avoided speaking in meetings completely. If I had a good idea, I'd just stay quiet and let someone else say it eventually.
That's such a common pattern.
One day, my manager pulled me aside and said something that stuck with me. She said, "Your silence isn't neutral. It's actually costing the team your ideas."
That's a powerful sentence.
It hit me hard, honestly. I realized my fear wasn't just affecting me. It was quietly affecting everyone who never got to hear what I was thinking.
So what did you actually do differently?
I didn't suddenly become confident overnight. I started small. I'd prepare one sentence before every meeting, just one, and force myself to say it.
One sentence. That's such a manageable goal.
Some days it was just, I agree with that point, and I'd add nothing fancy, but saying something, anything, out loud, again and again, slowly rewired the fear.
That's basically training a muscle.
Exactly like that. The first few times felt awful. My voice still shook, but nobody laughed, nobody judged. Life just continued.
And that's the part your nervous system needed to learn.
Right. It needed proof that speaking up wasn't actually dangerous. And proof only comes from doing it.
Not from thinking about doing it.
Definitely not. I could have stayed home thinking positive thoughts forever.
It only changed when I actually opened my mouth in the room.
Let's talk about how to think about this fear differently, because the way you label a feeling actually changes how it affects you.
What do you mean?
There's actually research showing that nervousness and excitement feel almost identical in the body. Racing heart, alert mind, extra energy.
Wait, seriously? They feel the same?
Nearly identical physically. The real difference is just the label your brain puts on it.
So if I tell myself I'm excited instead of I'm terrified?
Your body might actually respond differently. Try saying it out loud right now. Say, I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
Now say, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Which one felt slightly more energizing?
Honestly, the second one, weirdly.
That's the whole trick. Same racing heart, different meaning attached to it.
So instead of walking into a presentation thinking I'm about to panic, I could think,
My body's just getting ready to perform. This is energy, not danger.
that's such a small shift with a surprisingly big effect.
It doesn't erase the nerves completely, but it changes your relationship with them.
From enemy to teammate.
Exactly that.
Okay, let's get practical. What can someone actually do the next time they're about to speak in front of people?
First tool, prepare your opening line, and only your opening line.
Not the whole speech?
No, just the first sentence. The beginning is where most people freeze. If you know exactly how you're starting, you build momentum, and the rest tends to follow more naturally.
That makes sense. Once you're moving, it's easier to keep moving.
Second tool, slow down your breathing before you start. Just 3 slow breaths.
Does that actually help?
It genuinely calms your nervous system. Fast, shallow breathing signals danger to your brain. Slow breathing signals safety.
So my breath is basically sending a message to my brain?
Exactly. Hey, we're actually fine here.
Third tool?
Find 1 or 2 friendly faces in the room and speak toward them, not staring at everyone at once, which feels overwhelming.
So instead of the whole crowd is watching me, it becomes,
I'm just talking to Sam and Priya right now. Much smaller, much less terrifying.
that's such a good trick. Shrinking the room mentally.
Fourth tool, accept that a shaky voice or a small pause is completely fine. It's not a failure. It's just a moment.
People remember your message way more than they remember a tiny stumble.
Nearly always true. Nobody walks away from a presentation thinking, wow, their voice wobbled once. Ruined.
They remember whether the idea made sense.
Exactly that. Fifth tool, practice out loud, not just in your head.
Why does that matter so much?
Because thinking through a speech and actually saying it out loud use completely different parts of your brain. If you've only rehearsed silently, your mouth is meeting the words for the first time when it matters most.
So even talking to your mirror at home actually helps?
Genuinely helps. Your mouth needs the physical practice, not just your thoughts.
Let's practice this live. Imagine you're in a meeting and you're nervous to share an idea.
Okay, nervous version first. So I don't know if this is a good idea, but maybe, we could possibly think about changing the schedule. Sorry if that's a bad idea.
That version apologized twice before even finishing the thought.
Classic nervous pattern. Now let's try the one clear sentence version. I think we should consider changing the schedule. It could give the team more time before the deadline.
So much stronger. Same idea, completely different delivery.
No apology needed. Just a clear thought, delivered directly.
Let's do one more. Imagine you have to introduce yourself in a big group and you're nervous.
Nervous version. I'm Miss Nova, and I work in communications, I guess.
So many ums in one sentence.
Very real, though. Now the prepared opening line version. Hi, everyone. I'm Miss Nova. I work in communications, and I'm really glad to be here today.
Same information,
Completely different confidence level.
And notice, I wasn't perfect. I wasn't a professional speaker. I just had one prepared sentence, and it carried me through.
Here's an honest question, though. What if you do all this and you're still nervous?
Then you're completely normal.
Wait, that's it? Just normal?
Genuinely. Even experienced speakers, people who do this professionally for years, still feel nervous before speaking.
Really?
The goal was never to remove nervousness completely. That's an unrealistic goal that sets you up to feel like a failure.
So what's the actual goal then?
The goal is speaking anyway, even with the nervousness sitting quietly beside you.
Nervousness is a passenger, not the driver.
I love that. The nervousness can come along for the ride. It just doesn't get to hold the steering wheel.
That takes so much pressure off.
It really does. You're not failing if your heart races before speaking. You're only failing your own goal if you let that stop you from speaking at all.
Progress isn't zero nerves. Progress is nervous, but I still said it.
Exactly that sentence.
Let's talk about this specifically for people learning English, because there's an extra layer here.
Right. It's not just fear of speaking. It's fear of speaking in a language that isn't mine yet.
Double pressure, worrying about the idea and worrying about the grammar at the same time.
But here's something important. Native speakers make grammar mistakes constantly too. Nobody's perfect, even in their first language.
So a small grammar slip while speaking English publicly isn't the disaster it feels like.
Not even close to a disaster. People remember your confidence and your message far more than one wrong verb tense.
And honestly, trying to speak a second language in front of people is already brave. That deserves credit on its own.
Completely agree. If you're a learner listening right now and you've ever spoken up in English despite feeling nervous, genuinely, well done.
That's real courage, even if it felt small in the moment.
Let's review today's useful words. First, nervous system, the part of your body that reacts to stress and danger. My nervous system treats public speaking like an emergency.
Next, reframe, changing how you think about something. I try to reframe my nerves as excitement.
Third, momentum, the energy that builds once you get moving. A strong opening line gives you momentum.
Fourth, self-aware, understanding your own feelings and patterns clearly. Being self-aware about my nerves actually helps me manage them.
And finally, courage, doing something despite fear. Speaking English publicly, even nervously, takes real courage.
Nervous system, reframe, momentum, self-aware, courage.
So if you're someone who gets nervous speaking in groups, here's what we want you to remember.
Your body isn't broken. It's just an overly protective alarm system.
Your imaginary judge in the audience is usually way harsher than any real person actually is.
One prepared sentence can carry you through an entire nervous moment.
And the goal was never to feel zero fear. It's to speak anyway, with the fear quietly sitting in the passenger seat.
Nervous, but not silent. That's real progress.
If this episode helped you, let us know in the comments. What situation makes you the most nervous to speak in English?
A meeting? A classroom? Meeting new people?
We genuinely love to hear your story, and maybe your one prepared sentence too.
If this episode helped you, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little courage today.
This is Miss Nova.
And this is Zane. You've been listening to Speak English with Miss Nova.
Take care of your English, and take care of your courage.
Bye for now.